Jordan, the PH is silent.
That's
How
me.
are we doing?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm very well, thank you. Very well.
Good.
It is a Thursday evening here, so 8
Nice.
o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. So almost my bedtime. I won't lie. So, you're familiar with the Dicey discussion setup?
A little bit, yes.
You are a little bit.
We're gonna roll some dice, answer some questions.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So just to give you a rundown of what it is. So there'll be 100 questions. 50 are TTRPG, D&D, the hobby related. 50 are not. So you might go the whole time without a hobby related question. I hope you're all right with that, Jordan. Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'm allowed to not answer, I suppose. But we'll see.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can skip over a question.
They're like,
That's
no
absolutely
comment.
fine.
Yeah.
As you can see, they are completely
Nice.
random in front of me. We like to do things quick on this channel, so it'll be 30 minutes. There is a 30-minute time limit, so we'll get through as many questions as we can. So, are you ready for your dicey discussion?
I am. I've got dice.
You've got dice. Brilliant. Your time starts now.
7.
7.
Low, right from the get-go.
Right from the get-go, very low. So, what is your favourite dice set and why?
My favorite dice set, I have a set of, it's called Dice of Rolling, and it's actually what these are from. And these are the ones that I use for 5e, because they're all differently colored. And so I can easily be like, oh, an orange D6 or a blue D20, and I can find them really quickly. So I probably use those the most. I think my favorite would be, I got a Tasha's Cauldron set of dice from Gen Con last year that were, I think they're the most expensive dice I've bought, and I'm a little ashamed of how expensive they were, but they're very pretty and they're on my shelf somewhere. So
excellent.
I don't think I've actually rolled those yet. Yeah.
Waiting for that special occasion, waiting for the king to come around, and then you'll
exactly. Like, oh, get out the fine china. We're rolling good dice tonight. That's good.
Excellent, cool. Let's get another roll in.
69. Hey-o.
69. Hey. No, we don't. No. Best piece of advice you can give a new player. So best piece of advice you would give a new player.
Yeah. Don't be intimidated. Have fun, and what you want to do is probably not found on your character sheet. So just tell the dungeon master what you want to do.
Yeah. Great advice.
I
mean, absolutely. Cool. Let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
52.
52. So, Jordan, I will ask, before I ask the actual question, are you familiar with bingo?
Yes.
You are familiar with bingo, because I do have the bingo calls for the numbers. Danny LaRue, 52. How generous of a gift giver are you?
How generous of a gift giver am I? Fairly generous, I guess. I mean, on the channel, I do giveaways now and then. Usually when I have... I do like to collect stuff, so I have a lot of books. I have a lot of things like that. And if a friend ever wanted to borrow them, or even a friend of a friend, it's like, oh, hey, I'd be like, oh, yeah, take it. Yeah. Probably knowing that I'd never see it again. And that's okay, because, you know,
you're cool
you can always find another copy somewhere else. You're good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you're not going to send anyone around after them to take it back.
Yeah. No Pinkertons.
No Pinkertons, yeah. Excellent. Let's get another roll. Let's do it.
17.
17. 17, Dancing Queen. What's the worst decision you've ever made as a DM or character, either or?
When I was first starting to DM and I didn't really know how to do it, I remember I had the Raven Queen appear in front of my wife's character. And I was like, but you can't ask her any questions. And she was like, well, why not? I want to. What's going on? And I'm like, well, she's just talking at you. And I like said the thing that I prepared, and then we moved on, and she was confused. And I obviously, I'm thinking about it now. I think about that more than I should, where I'm just like, why didn't I let her ask questions? Like, that's dumb. Like, that's the whole point of the game. So yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that, I guess.
But you live, you learn.
Oh no, yeah, total learning experience. Like I'm not like living my life in DM regrets. No regrets here.
I think you can let it go.
And so many people have done that, where you're like, no, I rehearsed this or something, you know, and you're like, yeah,
I want to make this speech without any interruptions.
Yeah, the big bad evil guy speech, where you're like, oh no, do not attack yet, sir.
Yes,
I will be. Catches the arrow midway so he can finish his big
speech. Yeah. Let's have another roll. Let's do it.
49.
49. Favorite class and why?
Oh, yeah. It's got to be wizard. And I take that from WebDM back in the day. Jim from WebDM on YouTube always said that, well, wizards have the cheat codes to the game. And I mean, like, oh yeah, 100%. But I don't play a lot. I actually prefer to GM more. So, but if I'm gonna play like a long-term campaign, it's probably gonna be a wizard. So.
It's gonna be a wizard. Fantastic. Cool. Let's get another roll in.
59.
59.
What do you do on doubles? Like, what if I roll 59 again?
Again, we just roll again. We're a bit boring, to be honest.
Oh, okay. There should be, like, lights should change. Be like, oh, you hit the daily double. Like, whoa.
We'll send you something rubbish through the post, like a badge or something. So, number 59. What type of monsters are you partial to? So what do you... is there any that you like to run?
It sounds weird, and I told this to a friend of mine a while ago, and they were like, well, what's your favorite monster? And I was like, oh, oozes, like gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's boring. I'm like, maybe. I don't know. I always thought they're fun. And so I like oozes a lot. I was designing monsters for myself and other things. Like what would be a fun, like, giant ooze? Like, take a regular giant. And we came up with this, like, snot mucus ooze. Like, the giant sneezed and out came this ooze that, like, would roll around and stick to things. And so, I don't know. I've always just liked oozes, and I like gelatinous cubes. I've got a couple gelatinous cubes up on my shelf as well. So,
yeah, oozes aren't boring. Whoever said that. I mean,
Dweeblex is the, like, demon lord of oozes, and I always thought he was the coolest demon lord. Like, he's just this unstoppable force that moves across the plane. You're like, oh.
Yeah, so. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but if you don't like oozes, you're wrong. So, yeah. Let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
67.
67. Stairway to Heaven, 67. What TTRPG haven't you tried but really want to?
Yeah. Just like doing a Rolodex of, like, all of the games that I have right now. Oh, it's a good question. You know, probably Crown and Skull. Because I literally just got that and I've been reading it. And also Index Card RPG. We'll just put both Runehammer games on there.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Index Card has been, I really like it. I've read it like a couple times because I like to read a lot. Or I like to read game systems a lot. So I read through them. And I haven't had a chance to play those yet. But it's on my list of things to run, probably, because can't find anybody to run things for me. So, but
that's why you're
I would say those. There's there's so many out there, but those are the ones that I'm itching to do. So 44.
Cool. 44. Oh, lightning fast on those dice rolls, Jordan.
I don't have to be. I can slow down.
The fastest. No, it's fine. It's fine. 44. Droopy draws. 44. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, just in life, I guess? Or
just in life. It can be either.
I guess lying. Like when people just lie, like, especially for no reason. And I'm like, hey, I don't know. Did you see that movie? Oh, yeah. And then you find out later, like, no, I was lying. Why? I don't know. So yeah, we'll say lying. Like, I don't see the point.
Especially pointless lying. Cool. What did you roll? Because I saw you go.
93.
93. What's a D&D player cliche that is actually true?
Ooh, a player cliche? It's actually true. I don't know. Well, I guess like a rules lawyer, but I'm like, that's like a cliche that's actually true, I guess. But I don't know if that's a cliche. But just the idea of I want to be combative against the DM rather than working with them. You know,
Sure.
You see that a lot, and you're like, you don't have to do this.
It's not.
Or you're like, or in my game, magic missile works this way, and they're like, ooh,
Oh no.
so frustrating.
No, no.
What's your we're going on the other spectrum of this. I got a 10.
10. What's your third favorite movie?
Third favorite movie. Okay, so first favorite movie. Boom. Second favorite movie. Boom. Man, it's probably Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Like, that's one that we watch a lot in the house. Like a lot.
It's a go-to, is it? Any reason
sure.
that that's your favorite? I mean, it's, you know.
It's definitely my wife's favorite, and so I think
Yeah.
that's partially like it's on like all the time. Like we're always watching that, but like whenever you're just like, I don't know what to watch, and you're
Yeah.
oh yeah, we'll just throw on Jurassic Park. But like
Jurassic Park on.
it came out. It came out in 3, and
93.
I was 10, and so I was right there for like, whoa, dinosaurs, and it just kind of like that stuck with me for a long time. So yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, that is a great movie and a great choice.
Thank you. 2. This is amazing.
Oh, One Little Duck. 2. If you woke up and your mind was in the body of a cow, what would you do?
I mean, I would eat grass because I have always wondered how to digest cellulose. So, but
And if you can do it, then
can I talk? I mean, I don't know. I think I would probably freak out.
Yeah,
Existential crisis.
absolutely.
But just enjoy the sunshine. Sounds like a good idea.
And chew the cud.
And chew the cud. So there you
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
83 is my next one.
83. Time for tea. 83. What's the most expensive piece of TTRPG paraphernalia you have bought?
That's probably Invisible Sun by Monte Cook Games. So
Okay.
that's just the base cube with all the books is I think it's $300 US roughly. But like it's not that much when you think about everything you're getting, but like I think that's the most expensive thing I've bought in like one setting where I'm just like, okay, I'm buying this entire thing. And I've ran it once, but it was awesome.
It was awesome. Good. So
yeah, I had a blast. I want to run it some more, but it's a weird system. It's really fun though. But yeah.
So the most expensive.
It comes in a big black cube. It's called Invisible Sun. It's just this. And they call it like, the black cube. And then the books are wonky shaped to fit in there correctly and stuff. And it comes with props and cards and spells and like spell cards and stuff. And so it is like a complete game for everything you need, which when you think about it, if I'm going to buy, Monster Manual, DM and Player's Handbook, plus miniatures, plus maps, plus adventure, it roughly equals about the same amount of money. It's just they bundled it together in one thing.
Altogether. So most expensive, but great value.
Oh, I've read it. Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah. So
amazing.
Invisible Sun, Monte Cook Games. They make good stuff.
Yeah, it's I haven't heard of it, if I'm honest. So
there you go.
I'm on it.
We have Monte Cook Games. They do Numenera Cipher System stuff.
Oh, the Cipher
System. This is another.
Okay,
this is another one of them. It's not Cipher System, but it's similar. It's D10 based rather than D20. But it's Now I could talk about Cipher, or I could talk about Invisible Sun for a long time. So.
We haven't got time for that, Jordan. Let's have your next number.
48.
48. 4 dozen. So, if you could turn invisible, what would you do? What would you get up to if you were invisible?
I would drive a car and scare a bunch of people because it'd be like a self-driving car. And I would climb a tree and throw acorns and pinecones at people. And they just think the tree didn't like them. So that was a dumb answer, but that's what I'm going with.
I love that answer, especially how dumb it was. It was brilliant. Cool, let's have your number.
57.
57. I know what this is. Heinz Varieties. 57. Old Heinz Varieties. Heinz Baked Beans. Are you familiar with Heinz Baked Beans?
Yes.
Oh, big hit over here, beans on toast and all of that. It's fantastic. Favourite big bad that you've run?
Oh, probably the Queen of Chaos / Miska the Wolf Spider for the Rod of Seven Parts game that I ran for Nerd Immersion's channel. So we ran that, and I just had a lot of fun with the devils and demons and chaos and stuff. And with the new book, the new Vecna book that's coming out for Wizards of the Coast, they have like a stat block and a miniature for Miska the Wolf Spider. So I'm very excited to actually just get that.
Yeah.
And I want to like put the miniature up with the rest of my big bads and be like, oh yeah. He's so cool. So
So we're about halfway through. How are you feeling about it all? Good?
I'm doing great, yeah.
You are storming
okay.
through. This is great. Let's have your next number.
45.
Halfway there, 45. Very apt. If your real life were a TTRPG, what abilities have you put the most points into?
Charisma, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm not a super extrovert by any means, but I think I've learned how to handle myself like on a stage and in front of people and camera and things. So it might be that. We'll say charisma.
Charisma. I would agree with that. I mean, you do pretty well, so it's all good.
Yeah. 43.
43. Most ridiculous roll you've ever seen. Something that's happened in a game where a roll has happened and it has just blown everyone away.
Yeah. No, I know exactly. So my players were fighting scarecrows, and they have like a fear mechanic. And so we found out like you can attack the source of your fear, but you just can't get closer to it, is like the rules that we ultimately like looked up. And you have disadvantage on the attack. So he rolled a natural 20, and I was like, oh, but you have disadvantage. So he rolled again at disadvantage, and it was another natural 20. And we all laughed at the idea of him just like stabbing the sword in and then being like ah! Like just swerving it around because he was so scared, and that's why it was natural 20. It ended up killing the scarecrow, and it was really funny. So
awesome. Oh, I love stories like that. I think that's what we live for, isn't it?
91.
91. So, are you a hand-drawn maps, game board type of guy? Like, so hand-drawn maps, terrain, or theatre of the mind?
A little bit of both. It kind of depends on the game and the crowd. So for 5e, I really do like having miniatures and a game board because I think the game kind of benefits from that. And I do have a lot of terrain and I have a lot of miniatures. But other games that I've run, even fantasy-based ones that you think would work, seem to always work better with Theater of the Mind. Yeah. So I've ran like Kids on Bikes, that's all been Theater of the Mind. Numenera, that's all Theater of the Mind. But like Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is kind of based off of 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons, it should work with miniatures, and it does, and they give you maps, but it doesn't. I've had way more fun with Theater of the Mind. We kind of are just like. So overall, I think I enjoy Theater of the Mind more because players get more creative. Yeah. They don't look at the table and go, well, I don't see a chandelier, so I can't use it. And instead, they'll just be like, well, I want to grab onto a chandelier. And I'm like, well, there's a chandelier. Have fun.
Off you go. So, swing away.
So a bit of both, but like I think I prefer Theater of the Mind the more I play. So
cool. Excellent. Let's get another roll in.
83.
83. We've already done 83.
We did it.
We did it.
We rolled it again.
Gotta roll again.
Re-rolling. 41.
41. Excellent. Can we get another repeat in? I did this for so long without any repeats, and here you are. So, time for fun 41. Which director would direct your current campaign and why? Or if you're not running one, a previous one.
Oh, no. I'm running a prehistoric D&D campaign right now. And so it would probably be Roland Emmerich who made the movie 10,000 BC, which is not a good movie, but it's very, very prehistoric.
And I have my feelings on Roland Emmerich. I'll be completely honest. I won't share this now. It's not a movie critic show. Excellent. So what was your next roll, Jordan?
67.
67. Stairway to Heaven. What TT... Oh, no. We've already done that. You've done two
my gosh.
rolls. Repeating them all here.
90.
90. I think you've done that and all. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Top of the shop. Top of the shop. Panic over. Ever borrowed something you've never given back? And what was it?
Borrowed something I've never given back. I mean, probably. You probably just think it's mine now. Like the way I would think about it. I mean, I know I have a few books that my friend actively lent me, and I've had them probably now pushing 20 years. So we'll say that.
Unless you're a library, then I think, they're definitely yours. Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
57 is my next one.
We've done that. We've done the Heinz 57. Jordan, you are repeating them all.
80.
Maybe
my dice are weighted.
Maybe. So, 8 and blank 80. What song do you want played at your funeral?
At Your Funeral by Saves the Day.
Oh, okay. Straight off the bat. Look at that.
Been planning it for a while. No.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Next roll.
97?
97?
Have we done that?
No.
Okay.
No. And this is a good one, I feel. So, what question would you most like to be asked in an interview about D&D or TTRPGs and the hobby?
Ooh, what question would I want to be asked? Like in the experience that we're having right now, I assume. And then you just add more questions to it.
Just any question. Something that you wish maybe in an interview someone had asked you.
Yeah, maybe...
it's never come up.
Yeah, why this system? Like maybe ask like, what is your favorite system, or what is that niche system that you like? And then just like, why that? Because there has to be some little aspect of that system or setting or something that really, excites you.
Just gets you.
And I think when I have friends that are just like, hey, I want to run this system, if I'm like, I don't know anything about it, but if I can see their excitement, I usually get really excited. I'm like, okay, clear. Yeah. I mean, you're really excited about this. So if anything, you're going to have fun. And I think that fun will be contagious, even if it's not my cup of tea. So yeah, I would ask like, why that system?
The why. I like it. Yeah. It's always good to know the why. Cool. Let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
25.
Duck and dive 25. Who or what is your campaign's favourite NPC and why?
I mean, going back over all the campaigns, favorite NPC. I mean, the latest one was Caveman Ugg, who, in my prehistoric D&D game, they liberated this tribe from a evil mind-controlling parasites. And Ugg was he's like 12 years old, and he was not affected by them, but knew something was wrong, so he was helping my party. And they had a really fun thing where they're like, no, take him with us. And so they're battling, giant tentacled, aberrational evil. And he's like, got a wooden sword, like, what am I doing? Or a club or something, He survived by the grace of God. And at the end, our players convinced the tribe to make him their new, tribe leader, their new king. So now there's 12-year-old Ugg, who is the new king of this tribe.
Yeah, tribe.
And he's just like, okay. And so, I mean, that's the latest one, but there's probably so many. I just can't think of it.
But from the latest campaign, absolutely. Yeah, cool. Right, we have 5 minutes and 26 seconds left. What's your next number?
How many more do we have to get through?
Well, no, it's as many as you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, 79.
79. 79. One more time, 79. When did you first play a TTRPG, and how did you get into it?
I've always liked fantasy, and so I grew up playing the video games like Baldur's Gate, and Neverwinter Nights has a special place in my heart because I grew up playing that. But it wasn't until I was 30 or 31, I was actually in a play, in a musical, and the lead of the musical we were just talking, and he's like, you've never played D&D? And I was like, no. And he's he could just tell. He's like, you would love it. Like, you would really, really love it. And I was like, oh, okay. And so he wanted me to experience it so bad that he got a whole group of his friends together, and we ended up playing AD&D 2nd edition.
Yeah.
And I was confused because I'm like, isn't there a 4th edition? Like, why aren't we playing the latest version of Dungeons and Dragons? Like, I didn't understand editions back in the day. And so I was just like, I guess we're playing this. And I was a mage. I was a gnome illusionist, like mage. And we just played like a funny little campaign, and I was hooked after that. I was like, this is amazing.
That was it.
And so afterwards, those friends kind of move away and things happen like that, and the show ended. And I was like, well, if I want to keep doing this, I think I'm going to have to be the one to be the dungeon master. And so I bought a bunch of books and started running games, and that's how it started.
Amazing.
I was late. A lot of people are like, oh, I played when I was like 5 with my uncle or something. And I was like, yeah. And I lived in a very like conservative, religious kind of small town. And I didn't even know what D&D was. Like, we didn't have comic book shops or anything around where I lived. So it's like,
I'm late with you as well. I didn't start playing till a few years ago, and late.
But I love it.
But then loved it. Yeah, so, that was it. Hooked.
Yeah.
no turning back.
Play now.
Yeah,
never too old.
No, never too old. Never too old, guys. Next roll.
7. Oh, we already did 7, didn't we?
That was your first roll.
56.
56. You can only eat one item of food for a month. What is it?
One item of food? I mean, tacos? Ooh. Is tacos a food? Or does it have to be like bread?
Yeah, that's what I was... Sometimes, this is the first time that I've read a question, and this is one of those times. So I guess I would allow tacos.
I mean, tacos are, they're amazing. They make everything better. So.
Okay, we'll do a double question. So that's, you can have tacos for a month. If it was just one item of food, such as bread, what would it be?
I mean, anything I choose, I feel like I'm going to hate by the end of that month.
You absolutely will.
Yeah. So... And then I'm like, the nutritional aspect of it, I'm like, I'm going to get really sick if I just eat apples every day. Like, that'd be awful. Something that I don't enjoy a lot, but it was really... I mean... Let's do pears.
Pears?
Why not?
I mean,
because I don't eat pears a lot. They're good. And then when I can't eat them anymore by the end of this month, nor ever look at a pear, I won't miss it that much. So.
Excellent. I'm glad we got so much mileage out of that question. Love it. So we have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Let's go.
77.
77. Sunset Strip, 77. Are there too many D&D YouTubers out there?
No. Like, no. I mean, if you want to say, are there too many D&D YouTubers? Are there, if you want to make content. So I would never encourage somebody to be like, well, there's too many.
Yeah.
You might not take off because there are a lot of people there. But like, if you want to make content, make content. Like if you love D&D and you want to do this, do it for you.
Yeah.
But I would say no. I think, if anything, I would love more, like more voices than the ones that we have now. Like lots of like women in minority. Like I love Ginny D's channel, and I'd love to see more stuff like that kind of pop up and just show perspective.
100%. Yeah. Good. 30 seconds. Let's get one more roll in.
86.
86. Did you have a favorite soft toy as a child?
Yes. I had a stuffed frog puppet named Frog, and I would put on puppet shows with said frog. And my son is now 4, and we found the old frog. My mother had been holding on to it, and so he now has the frog, has no interest in it, doesn't think the fact that it's a puppet freaks him out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a little hurtful because that's Frog. Like, he was very important. So But you know, the 4-year-old son has a bunny that he loves and carries his bunny everywhere. But
so
I was always the performer. So I loved puppetry, and I loved I'd go behind the couch and prop my puppet up behind, on top of the couch and do puppet shows for my poor parents that are probably like, yeah, that's real clever. Yeah, well woo, a puppet. Yeah, good job. Woo. Where's my margarita? No,
Excellent. That is our questions done. Jordan,
that's awesome.
How did you feel about that? Is that good?
Yeah, no, that was super
Brilliant.
fun. I love
Excellent. So I do end with one bonus question, and that bonus question is, what are you up to? What's going on with you? At the moment?
No, I am doing YouTube stuff. So I have the main channel, which is like lore and things, and I've been making a bunch of videos on Plangea, which is prehistoric D&D, tying into my homebrew prehistoric game that I'm running in Plangea. And aside from that, I'm just reading a lot of books. And then I have a second channel where we kind of cover like non-Dungeons & Dragons stuff.
Yeah.
And that's called Jordan's Jocular Junction. As of right now, immediately, my friends and one of my gamers in my group, he's actually directing a play called She Kills Monsters, which is about Dungeons & Dragons. It's a very clever play.
Yeah.
I'm going there tonight to take photos, promotional photos for his play, and he's coming here on Saturday with a film crew because they're going to film my game room to put in the play somehow. But he was over and he's just like, I can't think of a more nerdier room, so I really want to use your game room. And I'm like, sure. So that's what I'm immediately doing. Yeah. And it should be a lot of fun. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me today for your Dicey discussion. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you guys out there have enjoyed it. Obviously, like and subscribe Jordan's channel, the links below. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.